Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good morning, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're all having a great start to your Friday. We have three very special guests joining us today, in Cassandra, Sabrina, and Juliana Tiensivu. If you remember earlier this week, we reported on their fascinating story, all enrolling at Grand Rapids Community College together, and they're here now to talk a little bit more about that. Ladies, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Hi. Hey. Hello.
Yeah, no, definitely. 1, 2, 3, love that. I do want to encourage everybody, though, before we get started talking about their story, though, that if you haven't read the story, we do have the entire web script right now live over on our website, woodtv.com. You can check it out for yourself, really hear a lot more about it. We're going to dive into the story a lot more, but a little bit of background wouldn't be too bad, and you can find that right now over on woodtv.com. If you're watching us on Facebook, of course you can find a link to that story in the description box and in the comment section. But I guess starting off, this whole experience, Cassandra, really starting off with you, you three going to college together. This started back in 2016 with you, Cassandra, when you first decided to enroll as a way to show your daughters the importance of that secondary education, getting that associate's degree. Can you maybe talk a little bit about what went into that decision?
Yeah, so after I got divorced, I was told by my lawyer that I would be better off staying at home collecting child support and not working. And I took his advice and I stayed home and collected child support. And that really did a number on my ability to have a current resume when I was ready to go back into the workforce. And so when the time came, I had nothing to show on my resume, and I kept telling these guys the importance of a college degree and a career, and it was like, I'm not in a place to actually tell them that because I don't have a college degree, so maybe I should practice what I preach and actually go back to college and get a degree, and then they can, see that I mean what I say. And that's what I did. I went back because I didn't want them to end up being in the same position that I found myself in. I wanted to lead by example for them.
Mm-hmm. And I know when we talked earlier this week, Cassandra, you mentioned that whole put your money where your mouth is and really kind of lead by example. Yep. We're going to get into it a little bit more later on in this conversation, but just very briefly kind of talk about, maybe the struggles of trying to take that first step in going to college.
If you've never been, it can be very, very overwhelming because it's hard to know where to start. So if you don't have any idea, honestly, go to the college and talk with one of the counselors because they will speak with you. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're concerned about whether or not you can afford it, go and apply for the FAFSA through it's FAFSA.gov, and you'll see if you can qualify for like the Pell Grant, which has been very helpful for me. It's covered my semester tuition and books, and you never know if you don't try.
Right, absolutely. And Sabrina and Juliana, I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit now. Seeing your mom enroll in college, how did that sort of help motivate you to really extend and further your academic careers as well?
Do you want me to go first? Yeah. Okay. So it is actually really beneficial having your mom going to college at the same time as you, because if you don't know where things are, she knows where they are. If we were taking the same general education courses, she's probably already taken them and she can help me out with classes and stuff. And it really did, she did put her money where her mouth was. She did actually go, and I will say I took her seriously even before she went to college, but it really showed me that she was serious when she actually applied to go. So it really motivated me to get my education.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, when she first started going, I thought it was cool because I was a little kid, kind of. I had convinced her for her first semester to do a self-defense class.
Yeah, actually, her quote was, "Mom, you should learn how to kick butt like a spy." Take self-defense. So I took self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it, but I took it anyway.
Right.
But I mean, it's also beneficial. being able to go and see each other on campus is fun. We aren't usually doing it that much because we have different schedules, but it's fun.
Occasionally we get tea together in the mornings, and
we go to the little lunch spots around campus and stuff, or meet in the science building and bother each other.
Right. Well, that kind of leads me into my next question for the three of you. I mean, you're obviously, maybe stop by and see each other. I mean, you mentioned, Juliana and Cassandra, that you guys grab tea in the morning. Kind of talk about maybe some of those experiences of walking into each other or helping each other out studying, or even just finding where a room is on campus. Just kind of talk about what that's like, because a lot of us, we go to college, but maybe we're going to an entirely new place. We don't know anybody, or maybe our parents went to the same college, but I mean, it was years ago, and so things have changed. Kind of talk about experiencing that in real time.
The beginning of this semester, it was my first science class, and I could not find the bathroom. I could not find the bathroom, and Juliana knew where the bathroom was, and I asked her, I was like, Juliana, I need help. I don't know where the bathroom is. So I think, you came over. And
I think you were asking for the water fountain, though.
Oh, yeah, it might have been the water fountain. I couldn't find that either. I couldn't find either of them. They were right next to each other. So she came over and she had to show me where it was, and then we just sat and talked until my class started, which was really nice. And we've sat together, and she'd finished her classes for the most part, and I was studying my environmental science, and in the student center, is that what that building's called? Where the bookstore is?
Yeah, that's the student center.
Yeah, the student center, where the Raider Girl is, and she would be sitting next to me while I'm studying, and we'd have a really nice conversation. It's really interesting seeing your family on campus, not in like a bad way or anything, but it's just like, Juliana and I went to high school for 1 year together. She was a freshman, I was a senior. It's a completely different feeling
on a
college campus, but it's a good feeling. We both feel very accomplished.
And I've dragged her to student activities. We've done bingo together.
Bingo, and I won. Did I win a coffee machine? I won a coffee machine.
Wow.
And then I've taken her to the fall welcoming activities, where we got a whole bunch of the Raider Rally, where we got a bunch of freebies from all the different activities.
We went to the cultural
groups and stuff. Oh yeah, and the cultural festival.
The cultural festival was really fun.
Yeah.
So you've all been able to really have the entire college experience together. I mean, what is that like, experiencing not just the classes, but also just, the fun parts of college, really getting to explore the campus, getting to do all these extracurricular activities?
It's been really, really fun. I mean, I don't know what they think about having their mom follow them around for this stuff, but I've enjoyed it. It's really fun, and when I tell my classmates at Michigania, they get really excited that I take college classes with my mom. They're like, oh, that's so fun. I want to be able to do that with my mom too, but most of their moms are U of M alumni already, so they don't need to go back to college. So it's like a really unique thing I get to share with my friends, and they think it's really cool. So.
Right, yeah. What is kind of sort of the reaction you get from people when you tell them that, oh, I go to college with my daughters, or hey, my mom is, right across the hall from me, really?
Kind of shocked.
Yeah, they really are. They're shocked at first, and then they're like, oh, wow, that's so cool.
They always ask what she does.
Yeah.
They're always like, oh, what's her degree in? And I kind of...
It's a hard answer.
It's a hard answer, because it changes here and there. And
it does.
And I also not quite sure the official titles for degrees that aren't mine. So
yeah, plus we're always for me, I'm going after several degrees. So and that can be hard for them to keep track of. And it's true. I mean, my first one is going to be an associate degree for general studies. And that I'm going to earn this fall, and I'll graduate in April of the following year. And then I'm planning on getting a pre-art associates, a pre-business associates, and if I can manage it, a pre-geology associates. And then I'm going to go on to university and get a bachelor's degree. In what? I'm not quite sure yet. Probably art with a minor in business, but that may change. It really depends on the classes that I end up taking and how they influence me. Because honestly, when you take a class at college, sometimes it's it leaves such a profound effect on you that it can alter the course of what you're planning to do with your life.
Mm-hmm. Right,
And
absolutely.
trying to explain that to friends is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocks, yeah,
Rocks,
rocks
yeah.
is a good explanation.
Right, and I guess Cassandra, you know, kind of staying on that same beat of, you know, having this whole experience with your daughters. I mean, what does it mean to you seeing your daughters really kind of follow in your footsteps and go after that secondary college degree?
I think it's amazing and wonderful. I mean, in our immediate family, I'm going to be the first female to have earned a college degree, and to see them follow in those footsteps it's just an amazing feeling. I love it.
Right. And I guess, you know, kind of wrapping things up now, Juliana and Sabrina, you know, your mom kind of mentioned it a little bit about what she's got cooking up, what she's planning to do over the next couple of semesters. What do you guys have planned out now that you're working your way through your associate's degree?
You want to go first?
I guess I can go first. So for right now, I'm just doing like prerequisites, but I plan on like transferring to some college. I don't know, but I plan on becoming, excuse me, an obstetric sonographer. So I don't want to necessarily get too into the medical field, but I want to do like ultrasounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, my degree of choice has actually changed within the past week or so. It was originally business administration that I planned on doing with a minor in environmental science. However, I have flipped it, so now my major is in environmental science, and I plan on transferring preferably to a university in Washington.
The state of.
The state of Washington, to pursue a wildlife conservation degree and hopefully get a job in either wildlife conservation or forestry management.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that all sounds fantastic. And ladies, you know, as I kind of mentioned earlier, you know, we kind of want to get a little bit more into it. Cassandra, you touched on it a little bit early on, but, you know, there are plenty of people out there, some of them maybe even watching this stream right now, who are on the fence about going to college, don't really know if they can either afford it, if it's for them. Just kind of talk about it, you know, your own experience of enrolling to show your daughters the importance of it, and then your daughters going and realizing the importance of it for themselves. I mean, kind of just the three of you talk about trying to be that motivational force to get people that are on the fence to maybe make that and take that leap of faith. I mean, Cassandra, if you want to take this one to start off.
Yeah, sure. You know, if you go as a parent, like I just discovered last night that now that I'm considered an alumni, once you hit 30 credits at GRCC, you're considered an alumni. Your children can qualify for a scholarship that'll cover $3,000 worth of whatever for a semester at GRCC. So there are benefits not only for yourself but for your children if you start taking classes at GRCC. And as far as, you know, not feeling like you're quite ready, if you don't get over that initial fear, that can leave you hanging for a long, long time. So you have to take that initial first step and just start the process. And it really is a matter of just emailing a counselor and just talking with them. It doesn't have to mean you have to immediately start right away. But if you never ever start, you're never going to get anywhere. So you have to take that initial step and just, you know, just talk to somebody and see where you can go. You never know unless you try.
Mm-hmm. Right, absolutely. And again, I want to say, I mean, perfectly said, Cassandra. I could not have said it any better myself, even if I tried. I do want to remind everybody, though, that the full story on the Tiensivus is, of course, live right now over on our website, woodtv.com. You can find a link to that specific story right now in the description box or the comment section on Facebook. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on the live desk today. We really do appreciate it. Love hearing more about your story. And again, really, just thank you so much for allowing us to tell part of that story.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. And I want to thank everybody else for tuning into the latest edition of the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.